Waiting for the boys. Back in the hot seat. Back in the hot seat. Jimmy. How are you? Everything good? What's going on? How are you? How you doing? Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Good, good to see you. Everything good? Yeah. You ready? Yeah. Fun? Better be. All right. Where's Summer at?
Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Same one that we talked about last time?
Upgrade.
Oh, nice. We're always trying to upgrade.
How's your game?
Single.
Really?
Yeah.
Single in Scottsdale's not bad.
I'm a little busy right now.
Right. Do you fuck when you're training?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it. It's healthy.
What up? It's way too hot in Zona. Woo! Hot as tits. Gaethje's Airbnb. Bob in there? Yeah. They're sitting down or no? Yeah. Wow.
Gabe, I got a phone to pick with you. With who? He's the guy, right?
He's the guy, yeah.
Oh, it's not me. It's not me. It's Phil Front.
Where's Steiny? He's not here?
What's up, bro? Steiny's, should we... Here, Gabe, you want to do your classic mic thing?
The mic's in a weird position right now.
Yeah. You good?
Always. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing?
No, Steiny's flight, I guess, got canceled.
Really?
Yeah. Or it's severely delayed.
This podcast. I hope this podcast isn't falling apart here. I mean, one
know,
week we
a little
missed.
bit, right?
Steiny's now gone.
No, what do you mean falling apart?
Now it's back. Well, I'm saying now it's back. Of course.
We're set.
Big week.
Oh, yeah, biggest week.
Biggest week. Fighting for the title.
The only one that counts.
Crazy.
Yeah,
So what's led up to like coming here to Zona? How many weeks you been in like fight camp?
14 weeks. I have a nutritionist and a chef. She's been with me for like 24 weeks now. That's the biggest change I've made is my diet.
So what? You didn't do that in like past fights?
No, I would do it myself. I always
Really?
thought I was eating healthy, but turns out I never did. 10 weeks before Chandler, I got her. And then ever since then, I've had her.
That's crazy.
She comes to my house at 5, serves dinner at 6:30, gone by 7.
So what's the biggest thing you noticed when you hired like a proper nutritionist that you weren't doing yourself?
Well, I would say the time and energy it takes to design and eat correctly, go to the grocery store, pick the right ingredients. I mean, I don't possess that knowledge that you need. I've never had any kind of background when it comes to nutrition. And so we go to the UFC PI. They do a bunch of tests on us, and it tells us our macros and how many calories we should be eating by certain times of the day. And then I give that to her, and she can make all that happen.
So what's like the meal plan like? How many meals you eating a day?
I have 2 meals and 3 smoothies every day.
2 meals.
I get a
3
lot.
smoothies.
I have a hard time chewing up all my food and eating it, so I have her put it in smoothies, and I just chug those things.
What's in the shakes?
She has a variety. I mean, there's a lot of kale in every one, a lot of fat, nut butter, some frozen berries, some yogurt, and then she'll put like different kinds of like blue algae or stuff from the ocean. There's always some stuff from the ocean. She's got a bunch of different packs of things, different mushrooms, things like that.
Crazy.
I honestly don't ask a lot of questions. I just eat it.
You just chow down?
Yeah, she's a culinary director in Denver, so she's been doing this for forever. She was a personal chef in LA back in the day, and now she designs menus, picks ingredients for like 3 or 4 different restaurants around Denver.
That's dope.
Yeah, she's again, she goes and gets all the groceries. You know, I haven't been. It sounds spoiled, and I am spoiled, but you know that is taking a lot off my plate.
Yeah, we have a chef too, and it's like, but she's just like an old grandma that like cooks. Like she's not
That's the
really
best
like a
kind of
chef.
food.
Doesn't even speak English, but it
Eat
is a
better
blessing.
food.
It is a blessing to have a chef.
100%.
Like it's
yeah,
fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and it's part of my business. It's a write-off. So yeah, why not?
There's a lot of people in this house right now. It's just leading up to the fight. Do you have all these people here always in your?
Yeah, I mean, so I got.
Yeah, how many
I
bedrooms
mean,
is this
this is
Airbnb?
there's 40 people here. There's like
only-
5 bedrooms in this place.
So my dad, my brother, these guys aren't staying here. They went golfing this morning and they come and hang out.
Nice.
But I just have all my coaches and my chef here. So there's 4 coaches? Yeah, 7 of us total in here. 4 bedrooms.
Staying at the spot. This is a nice place.
Yeah, 4 bedrooms. 2 of the bedrooms have 2 beds. So we're short 1 bed, but the couch is really comfortable.
When did you guys get out here?
We got here Sunday. Yeah, usually we show up on Tuesday. Usually we'd be showing up today, but this is the first time I've ever come out early outside of Abu Dhabi when we had to go early, but
It can be dangerous though when you come out. This is probably the worst place to go, the land of temptation. Scottsdale has temptations everywhere. So
I have no temptation.
You think he's gonna get tempted on fight week, bro?
No, there's
I
only,
don't know.
I don't think so.
I've
man.
been isolated for about 14 weeks.
Can
Have
you
you been
imagine
down
he's
to the-
fighting,
have
for
you-
the, fighting for the title and he
No,
ends
I
up
haven't
bottle
been.
blonde on
Exactly,
fucking
that's what
weigh-in day or some shit?
yeah, I mean, if you
Nah.
have that mental discipline in you, that's great.
My priorities are certainly different
Right.
right now.
So you're not going to be down in Old Town tonight bumping
No.
Pop Smoke and
No,
listen.
I haven't drank or been out for close to 3 months.
Really?
Yeah, I go home, I work out, go home, and I live by myself.
Wow.
And I'm
You got to spend a
isolated.
few months with Gaethje, eh?
I need a Gaethje rehab program.
Yeah,
That's what I need. So would you say this fight is? I mean, you've had so many big fights. Would you say this fight's the biggest fight of your life?
This will by far be my biggest accomplishment, 100%.
If you win,
When I win,
when you win.
yeah. Charles Oliveira, I mean,
Gaethje's got
what
this,
he's
man.
done lately is impressive. You know, he's been around for so long. His story is really inspiring. You know, being a fan of this sport, most submissions in the history. His accolades are second to none. So, like I said, biggest accomplishment in my life will happen Saturday night.
And this is the first time I think. What you said we talked before. You said you're an underdog, right?
I am an underdog.
Are you on the books?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
I
an
think
easy
it's like
bet then
a
for me.
plus 140. Hey, this game's there's a little bit of luck and a little bit of chance here. So I will have more money on the line, even though you guys have a lot of money, but I will have more money on the line. So when people tell me they're gonna bet, I'm like, hey, that's your choice. But I am prepared and I'm very confident that I will win on Saturday.
Your last fight was fucking awesome.
Battle.
That was boring to me.
Really?
Yeah, it
You
was
fucking
just-
beat the shit out of him.
I did beat the shit out of him.
They both
but
exchanged some pretty good.
he
they
hit
had
me
some good
4
exchanges.
times,
Yeah.
but no more than that. One time was because the ref let him hit me. But yeah, after 3 minutes in the second round or first round, he didn't touch me. Other
Mhm.
than when he got poked, I got poked in the eye and then took a big shot. But
So you felt that was like an easy fight? Like, did it feel like it in the
it
moment?
felt
or-
easy, yeah. Not easy, like
Yeah.
the danger. So the danger was present at all times. Like there's a constant risk assessment evaluation going on internally with your intuition. And I never got comfortable that I wasn't in danger. So he was dangerous the whole time. I bring the dog out of every guy I fight. They know that, you know, there's no quit, and they know that I'm going to try to hurt them. There's a lot of different styles when it comes to this sport, but when you step in there with me, nobody comes out unscathed. And so they have to understand that that's going to happen, and they have to accept it.
This is a big
Chandler
one, though.
accepts
This is a
that.
big one. Well, it's for the belt, right?
This is for the belt. Yep.
So what
you
is
know
that?
that arena in Arizona is going to be just on
Oh, it's gonna be
fire.
crazy. And I'm
like,
walking out to
Arizona is such an electric
I'm
spot.
walking out to the most popular mariachi singer in the history of Mexican music. Mexican mariachis. I'm half Mexican, and I was born in Tucson. So when that song comes on, the crowd's gonna go crazy.
I thought it was like that.
Mariachis.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Does that fire you up, though, to walk out to that?
I'm white on the outside and brown on the inside. I got countless videos of my grandpa Tata singing that song. That was his favorite song. Vicente Fernandez passed away less than a year ago, and my Tata passed away about a year ago. So yeah, I think it'll bring great inspiration to me.
What's your plan if you could say, like, what's your game plan to beat Oliveira?
I just need to put a hole right in his face, like yeah, cause damage, cause car crashes. I'm the best at causing car crashes. I'm confident that nobody's faster from point A to point B. So I want to create a car crash and be the object with the most force. We got the same mass, and I need to make him go to sleep. It's centrifugal force. I need to make his brain touch his skull, and he will go to sleep.
What did you learn from that, like, Khabib fight in Abu Dhabi and that whole experience? I think that was, I don't know if that was the first fight I ever went to, but that was really cool to go to that
Yeah, it
fight
was.
and the whole thing.
It was
everything.
awesome. I mean,
Yeah, we were in the hotel room next to him.
We
I think.
were?
Yeah, I think we were like, didn't they put you right on our floor?
Again, I don't notice a lot of things during these weeks.
Well, you had to hear the loud music bumping and
I
the.
don't think you were that close to me then.
Okay, all right.
Nobody woke. Well, I mean, I was 13-hour difference.
Yeah.
There was no sleep. Yeah, it was an experience, you know, great learning experience. But if you're a creature of habit, you were fucked in Abu Dhabi. You know, the food is different. The culture represents different food, different water, different time zone. And so all those were factors. They all sound like excuses, but yeah, it was different. And then his why that night was absolutely huge. You know, with the passing of his father, him having the knowledge that it was going to be his last fight, he was almost impossible to beat that night.
And there was no crowd there at that point, right?
No crowd.
So what do you think?
Minimal crowd.
Yeah, you guys were there.
Bob wasn't there.
I wasn't
but
there.
yeah.
My father had a
Oh, yeah, you had
brutal
to
eye
leave.
infection.
His father had
Almost
pink
didn't
eye.
make it out, but he's all better now. Thank God. God rest. Yeah,
You're a terrible liar.
I know. Get a little spooked out there, But anyways, at the end of the day, but do you think having a crowd, because fighting, with no crowd and then crowd?
Yeah, my first experience without a crowd was Tony Ferguson. And that was the first event back when they shut everything down for COVID. UFC brought us back to Jacksonville. And I never understood if I was influenced by outside sources in the arena. And after that fight, I understood that I was, and that I can control it. So now, like in the Chandler fight, you never saw me, even when he was hurt, I didn't come out of my shell and take risks that I didn't need to take. And I think that comes from the learning experience of the Tony Ferguson fight. Without that, I don't think I would ever understand or have the knowledge if or when I'm influenced by outside sources.
You and Chandler, they were pretty respectful of each other, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you talk your shit to kind of sell the fight a little bit.
We didn't talk shit.
Chandler was getting a little mouthy though, wasn't he? At the end.
Not.
But
in
he's
the
not
fight.
a mouthy guy.
Not in the
No.
fight. No, he didn't say a word in the fight.
He's
I
not
don't.
the best trash talker.
I don't
right?
say a word in the fight. I'm a terrible trash talker. So
Yeah, you're all business.
yeah. I don't want to. Again, I'm not trying to build a false bravado or false confidence. I want to go in there and trust in the process that I went through, put myself through, not let them affect me, not let the crowd affect me, not let the lights affect me. It's 25 minutes in time, and in championship fights, you cannot make mistakes. And if I am not 100% committed to controlling my thoughts and emotions, then that's a possibility.
Mm-hmm. But you're obviously like a likable dude in your weight division and whatnot. But who's the one guy that you just don't fuck with, that you don't like, that you actually have real beef with? Because you see so much.
In my weight class?
Yeah.
Well, none of them have space in my head.
Nothing goes outside of the.
Are they saying Connor's going to get the winner of this?
I have no idea. I mean,
I thought I
he's
saw
just
that,
as,
but I was like, what?
At the end of the day, after I win this fight, there's two people that are next in line. It's Beneil Dariush and Makhachev, and they need to fight each other.
Oh,
And
shit.
if Conor McGregor's there, then I think he'd be just as rightfully available as those two, because they need to fight. So I would say either everybody deserves it or nobody deserves it right now. Someone needs to stand out. And yeah, whoever, I mean, yeah, I want that opportunity to take him away from this sport forever.
Who would you like to fight after this if you win? Would you want to get your hands on McGregor?
The best
obviously?
part, when you're the champion, the target's on your back. I'm not going to be looking back. At the end of the day, I will be the champ, and whoever's next will be next. I just got to, keep preparing myself, keep eating correctly, keep isolating myself, take away all distractions, and yeah, and then I'll be done one of these days.
How important is it? Like, what do you mean? So you're in Colorado. When you say like isolate yourself, like what's
Like I go to what
is like camp like? What's like a typical?
You don't seem so isolated here right now. I mean,
yeah, this is isolate. I mean, these people are all here to support me. There's not one person here that's here for themselves. They're all here. I don't get to be selfish often, but during these weeks, I get to be the most selfish that one can be. And I've surrounded myself with people that can aid in that process. And
all these boys got happy dads. I think they're itching for a little bottle blonde night.
Oh, they see. That's the thing. Everybody here, you got to stay disciplined. Everybody in this fucking room wants to go to Bottle Blonde tonight with me and the Bottle Girls and fucking dancing on tables. I won't tempt them. I promise.
No, they don't want to.
No.
No, when we're done, there's this. If you like bitches, then you win the belt. You get more bitches. So this is the only thing that matters right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Would you say, with what you do for a living, rather than just being like an ordinary dude, you're a fighter, does that increase the bitches count?
I isolate myself. I don't look at messages on Instagram. I don't send messages on Instagram. I don't go out. You would not like my life. No, it'd be boring to you.
It's well, no, but I do appreciate the quiet life. Yeah,
I live alone, and sometimes I'm like, hello, and make sure my voice still works.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking love.
Why do you think that is, though?
I take away all distractions. I mean, I'm 33 years old. I would love to have a family and love to be married, but it didn't happen, and I don't want to bring. Right now I control everything, and I haven't met a girl that I feel can bring stability and not instability. So right now, this is all that matters. I've dedicated 29 years out of 33 years towards this, and I just don't think now is the time to enjoy what I have. I think when I'm done, I'll enjoy every single bit of it. After I win this belt, I can't wait to go home and have a parade for the kids back home. I'm gonna make Rose and Camaro come, and that's I like to inspire people, and I have a chance to inspire the world in one night. And so I don't care about anything else. I don't care about pussy. I don't care about drinking. I don't care about food. I want good food, but I'm not gonna go eat pancakes because I want pancakes.
That's where we.
Do you ever cheat at all during like training camp on meal plans?
Not this camp. I mean,
That's so hard.
It's
bro.
impossible. I mean,
yeah,
you're
it
talking
is.
to the wrong guy.
I mean, so I can't say I've never cheated, but I wouldn't call it cheating. I would say like 9 weeks in, I'll go to In-N-Out Burger.
Can you
Have
have
a
like one
burger
cheat
real
meal a
quick.
week even?
Not one a week.
No?
One every month.
Damn.
One a month. I mean, I can cheat whenever I want, but when that walk comes, then the more time you have to be honest with yourself. You got to look in the mirror, and you cannot lie to yourself. And if you know that you didn't do the right things, then that walk is terrifying. And I've never been terrified because I've always been confident in the preparation. More so now, I didn't have the knowledge to know that I wasn't doing the right things then, but my confidence is higher than ever because of the choices I've made.
So how do you avoid when you get that temptation?
I don't get it.
You don't get it. So
I mean, I do. I'm
dialed.
a pothead. I hang out at home. I smoke weed.
Oh boy.
Like it's very easy for me to stay home. I don't know.
So you smoke weed all throughout camp?
Pretty much, yeah. To eat and sleep.
Do they test? Do they test for marijuana before fights and everything? You allowed to be
No.
high?
You're not allowed to be high in the fight.
Oh, all right.
That'd be foolish. I want a clear mind. I really enjoy the. I like
You're
being
just
a
walking
pothead,
out
but
to
then
fucking mariachi music.
I love not smoking for 3 weeks before, and my mind clears up.
That's when you stop 3 weeks before?
Yeah, I stopped 3 weeks out. It takes like 4 days to get good sleep, and then it's back to normal.
Damn.
How important is that Usman Rose camp for you? Knowing those two and training with
Yeah,
those two?
I mean, it's everything. I mean, he's number 1 pound for pound male. She's number 1 pound for pound female. Number 2, maybe. Valentina might be first. But yeah, to be surrounded by those people is, what. And then my coach, to inspire all of us. We inspire each other each workout, and then our coach is just teaching us something incredible. Every single time I step out of a workout, I'm like, wow, I'm still learning. And it's just because he has the ability to teach in a special way.
What
And,
area
yeah,
do you think you're like progressing in? Like when you say you learn stuff, like what areas?
It's gonna be my striking.
Striking?
Yeah, my wrestling. Was a great defensive wrestler. I will make Khabib took me down, and he's the only guy that's ever taken me down in a cage or octagon. He took me down twice. It's the only 2 times I've ever been taken down. So, props to him. If anybody else can do that, then props to them. But I guarantee you, no one's gonna be able to walk through what he walks through and continue to move forward.
You guys have the same management team, you and Khabib?
Yeah.
So does that get a little awkward when there's a fight between the two of you?
For him, for our manager, I'm sure.
I was going to say, what does he have to do? Choose a side, or what does he have to do?
No. I mean, he needs to make sure both of us are getting paid the maximum amount that we can get paid. He needs to make sure that if I deserve to fight for a title, I'm fighting for a title, no matter if it's against my brother or my best friend or my family. It doesn't matter. Like, to be fighting to be the best in the world in something you committed your whole life to, there's nothing, there's no, he has to want that for both of us.
Mhm.
And yeah.
He's in a good position then if he
he's
has
as
the
loyal
two
as they
best
come.
fighters.
Yeah, he made a lot of money that night.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference in money, would you say, hypothetically, you lose this fight in comparison to if you win this fight?
Well,
Combining everything
if you
all in
win the
one.
fight, you're the champion, and when you're the champion, you get a pay-per-view cut. When you're not the champion, you don't get a pay-per-view cut.
So say that again, explain how that works, if you don't mind.
So when you're the champion, you have to have the belt, and then you get a cut of the pay-per-view. And if you're not tomorrow or Saturday night, Charles Oliveira will get a piece of the pay-per-view, and I will not.
What kind of money is in that pay-per-view cut?
I don't know. I've got it once, but it was a bit of in Abu Dhabi. I got it, but they really marketed that to Europe and Asia. They didn't market it to the pay-per-view crowd, which is America and over here. So I fought at like 12 o'clock here in the United States on a Saturday, and it wasn't. It was the most watched stream fight in the history, but not a high-selling pay-per-view. They sold subscriptions to the rest of the world on my fight, and I don't get a piece of that. So I would say probably at the least 400 extra, and at the most, 1.4 extra.
Yeah, and you hear it talked a lot. We ask every fighter, and you happy with the amount of money that you make in the UFC right now?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Because Dana gets a bad rep, obviously. I don't know why, but for
Well,
fighter pay and all that.
yeah,
So
you
who's
know
really
why.
getting fucked there?
We're all. I mean, my coach Luke, he fought in the UFC in 2002, and he got paid
Dana gave him a bag of Skittles and a bag of peanuts.
pretty much. Yeah, he lost. He made $3,000, and so it's a process. In 10 years, my 5 to $1 million will be 2 to 7 million for these guys, and it's just the process of the sport. We haven't. 1992 is when the UFC, started, and so we've been around for what is that? 30 years. Football, baseball, basketball, talking like 60, 70, 80 years. And so it's just a progression in where we're going.
It is crazy how far the UFC's come.
Yeah, it
As like an
absolutely is. And
organization, like to
yeah,
me,
I
it's
mean,
crazy. I've been
Especially in
watching
the past
for a
few
while.
years.
yeah, so the
Yeah,
argument
yeah,
is
yeah.
every other sport has representation, and we don't. Perfect example is we can't quit. We can't leave, and they can fire us anytime. That's my biggest gripe. I can't leave if I want to leave, but you can fire me whenever you want to.
So you're saying
So there's
if,
no protection in that contract for me, but it's all for you.
So how does that work? Do you sign like a per fight deal?
No, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever they can.
So
get
if
you
you're
for.
locked in for 6, then you have to fight 6, or else
Yeah,
you can't
and
leave.
then you're in Francis Ngannou's position where you gain the belt, and it's automatically extended. He fought all his fights. He fought 8 fights. He was on an 8-fight contract, and now he's still stuck. And I don't think that's fair, but that's where we are. We've come a long ways, though, in that regard.
I guess the UFC has a lot of leverage, right?
All the leverage.
it's Dana's way of
And
the highway, which is
I don't blame. Hey, if you're a 4, 5, 6, 7, $10 billion company, you have to run it like a 4, 6, 7, 8, $10 billion company, and we have to fight for what we get. Anytime I have a good hand of cards in my hand, I gotta go all in.
You see a lot of golfers complaining about that now too, right? With the PGA Tour.
Yeah, well, Phil Mickelson got screwed for all those Saudi comments and all that, I think, right?
You
too?
see anything about that?
Yeah, I
'Cause
would.
they're,
I would happily trade positions. They don't even have to win every year. They just got to take like top 10 3 times, and they're good.
But I think if you're on the come up, we're friends with Bryson DeChambeau,
Yeah.
and he was telling us when you're on the come up, like it's tough because you're an independent contractor, so you got to pay for all your own shit.
Yeah.
And then obviously if you're not making cuts, like you're not making any money, you're actually losing money.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
come up to become a golfer it's pretty
Yeah.
fucked too.
It's fucked, but it's easier than. It's not easier. I mean, so it's similar to MMA in you don't have to have God-given size, weight, like basketball, football. In my thing, anybody could be a fighter. You could be a professional fighter tomorrow. You go take a pro fight, and now you're a pro MMA fighter. There's no, you don't have to have any experience, and you could just become a professional fighter. Similar to golf, anybody could do it.
Yeah, that guy. You ever see that guy, Afri Barnrat? Afri Barnrat. If you look him up, he's like the most out of shape guy on the planet. He's like 500 pounds. He's a golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, look
But-
at John Daly.
Yeah. John just cranks ciggies and fucking just
Yeah.
drinks
Yeah.
fucking Bud Lights all day and just rips it.
Yeah, it's a different life. There's no way the pressure is the same, and they get to be around the richest people and play the nicest golf courses.
I know. Can you imagine
I would
being
trade
a pro
skills in a
golfer?
heartbeat
The
with
best.
any golf.
Being a pro golfer would be sick.
Yeah, I would trade my skills in a heartbeat if I could.
You're a pretty good golfer though, aren't you?
I mean, I'm an
what do you
average
shoot?
golfer. I shot at 84 yesterday.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. You're better
My
than
s-
Bob.
My
and
swing's
me.
ugly, but it should go straight.
Come on now.
I
You
hit
don't
like
shoot 84.
13
Brother,
fairways.
Stop. If I get a game against
What's
him,
Salim shooting now?
he's like in the
he's like
110s.
triple
He's no good.
digits. Yeah.
What he
Hey.
does, he'll take 500 fucking camera shots behind him, and then he'll shank 15 of them, and then the one he hits straight, he'll post.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what Salim will do.
The power of the editor.
Yeah, exactly.
You play a lot. Do you play during
Yeah, I
Camp?
play every Sunday. And then I usually about a month out, I'll stop and really use Sundays as a rest day.
I fucking love golfing, man.
Me
Golf
too.
is the best.
It's my favorite sport for sure.
Where'd you guys play today?
We played yesterday and today. We played with Justin yesterday. We played again.
We played the Phoenician yesterday. It's a resort down here. It's a nice golf course.
The stadium course where they play the waste management is good too. It's expensive as shit though. They charge you $500 a
TPC?
fucking TPC. $500
We played
around.
there, right?
Yeah.
To golf at TPC here.
$500 a round per person.
Just gotta come in the summer at like 2 p.m. Be like $40.
Yeah, but the
Nobody
problem,
wants
the
to
thing
play.
is, it's always packed there too. So they're ripping it over there, you know. So what is the post game plans for the fight? So say hypothetically, I don't want to say it. I don't want to put this out there in the air.
I
Especially
could
there's a lot of scary
hypothetically
guys around
die
here.
on Saturday,
if
so
you
I don't. My life doesn't exist after Saturday to right now.
okay,
Chronic injury, death, obviously not very likely. Never happened.
Mhm.
The death part has never happened, but chronic injury is certainly a factor. And so that's all I care about is making sure that doesn't happen because I don't want my mom and dad to cry.
Mhm.
And then I can continue to eat good food if I don't die. So
and so
I
that,
don't make plans after the fight. It doesn't matter.
What's your like mindset
When I
going
win, I
into
can't
it?
sleep for 3 days, and when I lose, I go to sleep.
really.
Yeah.
And so why do you think you can't sleep for 3 days when you win?
The adrenaline.
You're just
the
fired up.
adrenaline, you're fired up.
Never had that feeling. So
True.
You're fired up. The world's talking about you. You know, you tend to want to see the reaction sometimes. But yeah, it's just a whole different feeling. You're on top of the world. You feel like Nostradamus for like 3 days, and then I got the people around me that can slap me back into reality real quick.
because you seem like you strike me as somebody what you spoke on before as somebody who doesn't really like all the attention.
I enjoy, so for some reason I must look way different on TV than I do in real life because after I knocked out Cerrone, I went to a bar, flew into Denver, went to a bar, and the guy was talking about the fight, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that was me," and did not believe me.
Mhm.
He's like, "No, no, it wasn't." And like, no matter who I fight, I'll go. 2 days later, I'll go. I don't bring no attention to myself. You know, if you want to bring attention to yourself, you bring a bunch of people with you. You cause a scene. I keep my head down. I walk in there and I ask for a seat for one. I'm always going out to eat by myself. And yeah, no one either they're scared of me or they don't recognize me.
Mhm.
But I don't think I'll ever lose that ability to be an anonymous person
No, you're in it now.
because of the way I look, which is nice.
What was like the regiment during training camp? Like, can you walk us through that? I'm so interested in
Yeah,
that.
so
like,
it's
fucking discipline.
2 to 3 hours each day, 2 workouts.
So you wake up at like what time?
I go to sleep at 12 and I wake up at 9 every
Okay.
day.
So you go to bed kind of late.
Yeah,
Wake up at 9.
9. My first workout's at 10 every day. I get 9 hours every night.
9 hours. I was doing the math. Sorry.
Yeah, I get 9 hours every night, 9 to 9.5. I think that's, very important for my brain. I take shots for a living. And then it's really just working out and then going home and doing nothing, getting the proper nutrition, eating at the right time, making sure I'm not taking too long after workouts to get the nutrition in. And a whole lot of nothing. Yeah.
Well, you got to fill your time. You play video games?
Yeah.
Video
Yeah.
games?
Now I play video games from like 8 to 10.
What's your game of
So I
choice?
don't go out or do anything. I play Call of Duty.
Call of
I've
Duty.
never committed so much time to something and suck so bad.
You're shit at COD?
I'm not shit, but Terrence's Trevor's son is my he's our ringer. I lose because of him because I got to play in his lobbies, but I also win because of him.
Do you do the headset thing
Yeah,
and you talk to people?
yeah.
So you
Just
ever
your
like, this is
team.
Justin Gaethje, and
Gotta
everybody's like,
No,
shut
I
up.
don't tell him.
boys.
No.
No.
Well, you only play with people that you like. I don't play team deathmatch to where you're talking to the whole lobby.
Oh, okay.
It's just 2 or 3 people on my team, and they're the only ones that can hear me. And then he streams, so people will jump on the stream, and then they'll get some questions in through there.
Are you ever worried about the long-term effects of taking repetitive punches to the head? You spoke on a little bit before, but
I mean, I've been TKO'd twice. In my last, since I fought Poirier, I've been punched maybe like 10 times hard in fights. Most of the damage is going to come from practice, getting your body prepared for this kind of warfare. You have to put yourself through it, or else you won't be ready. You can't take the shots.
Mhm.
So you got to and then I don't know. It's centrifugal force that causes TBIs, and both times I got TK, I do concussion tests before and after every fight. I have baseline numbers that I want to stay at, and I have people that are monitoring me. So after both TKOs, the doctors that did it, they were like, if I didn't do this test myself, I would never believe it. But I don't believe I've ever had a traumatic brain injury from a fight. But if I go through, I'm not. So the Poirier and the Alvarez fight were really hard, mentally, physically taxing fights. The Chandler fight, not so much. The Khabib fight, I got choked out. There's no TBIs that come from getting choked out unless you are choked out for more than, if they're cutting your air off for like 30, 40 seconds, then that's when your brain starts dying. But as soon as you go to sleep, they let go of the choke, blood goes back, and there's really medically, there's not going to be anything long lasting from that. And so, I don't know. No, I don't worry about it.
Because it's always ref's discretion, right? When you're getting hammered in the face.
I mean, driving is one of the most dangerous things.
Right.
You could die anyway.
You could just die in a car anytime.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, geez.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I don't worry about that. I don't want to live forever anyways. Like 65, 72, I'm out.
That's it? That early?
75 at the max.
I'm thinking like 42, I'm dipping.
You're almost there, bud.
What? I got a good 6 left. After with all my habits, but 6 left in it. Got to make this podcast pop quickly.
Yeah. What's up? Chilling.
Who's this? What's going on? Welcome in. Welcome.
So
in.
what's your goal like after you win this title? If you want to win this title, like what do you?
I want to go home. I want to inspire the people from where I live, from around the world. Like
how long do you want to hold that, or like what's your goal as like if you become champ? Yeah.
Who knows?
Because would you say this is like could be your last shot at the title or no?
Yeah, this is
your last shot at the title.
Yeah, barring any crazy circumstances. But yeah, this is 33. It's been almost 2 years since I fought for it last time. And yeah, these don't come often.
Right.
You rarely get second chances. So it's all or nothing.
Like, are you trying to build like the Gaethje? Not that you haven't built it, but like the legacy as a champ if you win this belt?
Yeah, I am. But I mean, my legacy is about cemented.
Mm-hmm.
I have 23 wins, 19 knockouts. Nobody has that. 9, out of my first, I think 8 fights, I had 10 bonuses. That's a record that will never be touched.
Crazy.
I have at least 2 fights in the Hall of Fame that will be inducted in the Hall of Fame already. And so, this will be the icing on the cake. But I won't kill myself if it doesn't happen.
Who would you say the toughest opponent is that you ever faced?
Khabib. Yeah, him.
But what was it like fighting him? Like, what was
like I said
so tough about him?
I was out of my comfort zone. Every time when I fought Michael Chandler, when I fought Tony Ferguson, the morning I woke up, my heart rate was around between 33 and like 36. And the morning I woke up in Abu Dhabi, it was at 68. And when I saw that, I knew something wasn't right. But you cannot.
What was that from? Just like
the lack of sleep, just not being in a creature of habit. We have a process that brings me confidence, and it's going to be, the eating, the drinking, and nothing there is the same.
That was a whole
they don't have
experience.
Milk. They don't have milk. They eat goat and lamb, and I don't often. They got beef, but they don't got oatmeal. They got porridge.
Yeah. You think if the fight was somewhere else, you would have maybe ended differently?
I don't know. No, I can't say so. I can say that I wouldn't. I don't know. We'll find out on Saturday.
Would you say that he was the best pound-for-pound fighter in the UFC ever?
Ever? You have to break it up into different eras. But certainly in the modern era.
Who'd you look up to, coming up?
I love fighting. I mean, when Anderson Silva's run, when he did what he did, was probably one of the best runs. What John Jones did when he first showed up was absolutely spectacular. He took out all the big names. George St. Pierre, Chuck Liddell, BJ Penn, and I'm sure I'm forgetting a few.
GSP was my favorite.
The Diaz-Penn was a great fight back in the day. I think it was Diaz and Penn when they went at it. That was a great fight.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Diaz, he was always fun to watch.
It's fucking crazy. It's crazy that you guys do this for a living. I just can't get over it. You guys just beat the shit out of each other.
Only twice a year.
It's only twice a year you fight, right?
Yeah.
Twice a year.
1 to 2.
Can you add more fights if you wanted to? Can you put pressure on Dana and say, I want to fight more? Or I want how easily influences Dana if you
Depends on your ranking. Like when you're here, no. when you're not ranked, then yeah, you could fight every weekend if you wanted to.
Mhm.
When you're getting paid as much as I do, they're not going to let you fight every weekend. But when they're paying you minimum wage, they will let you fight as much as you want.
Mhm. So how many more fights do you think you got left in the tank?
God only knows. I don't know. I would say at least 5.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm not done.
You're not done.
5 more wars. I said 5 more wars after the Poirier fight, and I haven't had one since. But if I take the beating I took in the Alvarez and Poirier fight 3 more times, I would consider it.
Yeah. How long does that pain last after you take a beating like that? Weeks?
Which beating? None of those. After I fought Poirier, I went out because I was in Arizona and I had a lot of people here. I was out. I took like 400 pictures that night. Like an hour, 2 hours after the fight.
I think I was one of them.
So there's no pain. That one wasn't painful. He didn't so leg kicks hurt for like 3 weeks to a month.
Mhm.
Broken bones, 4 to 6 weeks. But if you don't get kicked in the leg, or if a muscle doesn't get really damaged, then 3 days. But if a muscle gets damaged, it takes 4 to 6 weeks to go away.
What
Leg
have your
kicks are the most effective, though.
what have your parents been like throughout your whole journey? Because I see you brought them to Abu Dhabi. I remember we met them. They're cool as fuck.
Yeah,
Have
they've
they always
been
like supported you and shit?
the most critical part to all of it. They went into mad debt when I was a kid to take me and give me the opportunities that they did. Take me to tournaments. We would, we lived 3 hours from here. We'd have to drive here every weekend to wrestle in tournaments. They've been to every single fight except 2 of them. The first one was my second amateur fight. I didn't tell them about it. And then the second one was Tony Ferguson, and nobody can go to that one. But they've been to every other fight. And yeah, it's that's one of my biggest assets is no matter what, I win, lose, doesn't matter. They are proud of me and they love me. And that is a great tool to carry. Brings confidence. And yeah, I have 7 nieces, 2 nephews. They don't care if I win or lose. They don't even know. They just want
7,
to
wow.
they just want to love me. So yeah, that part's great.
How much you get paid for your first ever professional fight? Tyson commented the other day. They asked Tyson what he got for his first professional fight. It was $500.
Yeah.
500?
I don't even know.
5,000-6,000?
No, but I'm thinking my first pro fight would have been Kevin Kroom. And I probably got 1-1.
Yeah. What was the
I didn't
result
get
of that
5-5
fight?
till I got to the World Series. 2000 I got paid. Yeah. My dad's so funny. I remember when I won 10,000. We were like, yes, we won $10,000. Let's go. And now we're making a lot more. So yeah, it's my dad did 37 years in a copper mine, and my mom's about to retire. She's done 36 years at the post office. So yeah.
Did you ever work at the copper mine?
Cool. I did one summer.
No way.
Sucked.
What is copper mining for anybody that doesn't know out
It's
there?
so down about 4 hours from here, top 5 in the world, biggest open pit copper mine. The entire town is owned by the mine. Every house, every building, every restaurant, the grocery store is owned by the company. You live there, you rent from the company, you rent your house from the company. It's a different way of life. 1984, 82, there was a big strike. My dad was a scab. His dad was on strike. Every night they'd be fighting. He wouldn't fight with his dad, but the guys going into work would get rocks thrown at him. And when they got off work, they'd go throw the rocks back. National Guard came in because if that mine does not produce copper, the world does not build. Top 5 in the world.
So what was your role when you were copper mining? Sorry, I'm trying to get this.
So I was part of a crew.
Imagine Gaethje just going in and mine. That's amazing.
I was the bitch of the crew. I was 18 years old. I was getting paid $14 an hour. And I worked my best week, I worked 96 hours in 1 week. We'd go 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, plus 2 hours driving. 1 hour there, 1 hour back. So I got 7 days a week, 14 hours a day. And I did it for like 64 days before I left to college. And I left there with like $14,000 in my bank account.
Yeah. But what is the actual process? You like hammering away?
These are like the biggest machines you could imagine. I was part of a crew that was tearing down a shovel, and we were tearing it down piece by piece, transferring it an hour to a different mine and then rebuilding it. I got through the whole demolition process and then maybe 3 weeks into the rebuild, and then I left to college. But I mean, you're the bitch of the crew. So the shovel rotates 360 degrees and it has gears in there. And in the gears, it's full of, it's called crater. And it's like really, really thick oil. And someone has to get in there and scoop all that crater out. And I'm working in Arizona. It's like 120 degrees at the bottom of the mine. You have to put 2 white suits on because if this stuff touches anything, you'll never get it off you.
Holy shit.
I would come home pitch black every day.
Really?
It was
Those
crazy.
things are dangerous, right? Don't they collapse all the time and everything?
My dad's 37 years. How many people died?
And the mining?
Yeah,
Probably
in that mine.
probably 15 fatalities in the 36 years that I worked there.
15 fatalities.
Oh shit.
Most of those happened in the first 20 years. The last several years I was there, there might have been like one every 5 years.
Last guy he was an electrician. Electricians get electrocuted.
Yeah.
Truck drivers fall asleep or they back off the dump.
But the way people die, if you're doing that, is it just collapses? Is that what happens?
Nah, so this is an open pit copper mine.
Okay.
This is not underground.
Okay.
It's the biggest hole in the ground you can imagine.
Okay.
Just looks like a mile deep.
Because there's people
Yeah,
that
it
go
looks
down
like a
there with dance
It
with
looks
the
like a
fucking
stairway
devil.
for gods, the way they break it down.
Okay.
Huge steps all the way to the top.
That's interesting.
It's crazy.
It's got to be crazy, especially in doing it here in Zona. Like you said, it's
Yeah, it's
fucking-
hot and it's super dusty, loud. This fool can't hear a thing.
That's real work, though.
Yeah, it is. But it's a different way of life. Like they work on average, if you're working 12-hour shifts, you work 15 days a week and you're off 15 days, a month. You work 15 days a month and you're off 15 days a month.
Mhm.
Someone's Saturday every day, it's a different way of life.
I used to do the cement testing and concrete pouring. I think all those buildings collapsed, but I think, yeah, that's what I used to do back in the day. Wasn't good. But I
So
do love the manual labor.
What's the rest of this week? Do you have to cut a lot of weight this week?
I mean, I'm about 15 pounds right now.
15 pounds to go?
Yeah, but I'm trying to stay here for at least 1 or 2 more days because you have to get 10% back from the time you weigh in to the time you fight. Average in the UFC is 10%. So I
That-
gotta.
That's so fucked. That shit, the cutting weight shit's so crazy to me. How much do you have to cut total?
I'm 15 pounds right now.
So is that like you have to cut 15 pounds every fight or?
So like when I start, so like 14 weeks ago, I was probably waking up like 177. Right now, I'm waking up at like 167. But then I'm trying my hardest to wake up at 170, but it's damn near impossible because of my body's a machine, and I've been doing this since a child, and my body just knows that it's time to make weight.
So how do you do that?
You dehydrate yourself. So right now, if I wanted to lose 10 pounds right now, I would sweat 10 pounds out by working. Getting in a sauna, you break a sweat, get in the sauna, come back out, keep the sweat going, go back in the sauna. And that'll be on Thursday night. Thursday night, I'll start at about 7 p.m. at hopefully like around 164. And then I won't leave that place until I weigh 155. And then
Wow.
I'll come home, go to bed, wake up at like 7:30. Unless you don't get down to weight. So the last fight was the only time with this nutritionist that I've never not had to cut weight on the morning of a weigh-in. And that was a really good experience. Getting up in the morning at 7:30 and still being 1 pound over, having to break that sweat when you're already dehydrated is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Nothing good about it. And your body won't give it to you.
And you guys got to do that on the week where you have to do all this like media and shit.
Yeah,
Like, are you like
today-
on edge when you're like cutting weight and you have to do like interviews and all that?
Everything like my temper gets shorter. My family knows not to ask me stupid questions.
I bet. Yeah.
I don't
Great.
want to
Like,
hear
that's-
stupid
I was going to
questions.
say, great, yeah.
Like, are you ready? Like, what the fuck does that mean? I hope so. I don't know.
You're just tweaking out on them every fucking second.
It's the
like,
same
no, I'm
questions all
thirsty.
week too,
I'm really
probably, from the
thirsty.
media.
I'm really thirsty. See, you don't even want to eat. It's all just want liquid. Like imagine being as hot and dehydrated as you can and not being able to take a drink of water. It sucks. But it's also something you get used to. This is something I'm used to. And I know as soon as I make weight, I get to put it all back in. And my body knows that. My brain knows that.
So right after weigh-in, then what do you do?
So right after weigh-in, it's hard because you want to eat and drink everything, but your body can't process it because there's nothing in it. Like you cut all sodium out, so no matter what liquid you put in, if there's no sodium, it's just going to run through you because nothing's able to stick
Right.
without sodium. And then all the nutrients that you've cut out for 4 days, you cut everything out, and then you just have to replenish it. The UFC will have like a gallon of like a room temperature gallon of, I don't even know, it tastes like piss, but it's just electrolytes. And you just have to drink it slowly.
Like
If you
saline or
chug
some
it,
shit?
yeah, no, not saline, but like just really salty water. And then we can't use IVs, so that would be a way, but you can't do that.
Why
Why
not?
can't
Oh,
you
you
use
can't?
IVs?
Illegal.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Reason being?
that's probably another avenue for people to cheat.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Trying to eliminate that.
Hmm.
But yeah, you just and then you eat something and you feel like absolute shit for like 4 hours because all your blood's rushing to your stomach, all your fingers and your knees and your toes are freezing. Because
So overall, this sounds like not a healthy process, though, right?
Sounds horrible.
It sounds
Yeah,
like it's
I
bad. It's
mean,
bad for your
I
body,
wouldn't
right?
recommend it. It's unsustainable. You can't lose
But is
weight
it? But
like
is it?
this.
Is it unhealthy to do all this?
Uh, yeah. I mean, you could your kidneys can stop working if you get too dehydrated. But really, it's the preparation leading to that, so you don't have to. Like some of these guys are cutting 30 pounds. Like from right now, they're probably 20, 22 pounds over, 30 pounds over, and they cut all that out, and they want to come back and perform, and that I don't think it's sustainable. My junior year of college, my junior year, I was All American, seventh in the nation. I went to 149 the next year because I thought I would be bigger and stronger. And it was like 1 week I beat a guy 17-2, and then 4 days later he beat me 7-3. And that's how up and down my performances were. That's
You're-
how shitty I felt.
Would you ever?
But it was also personal choices. I was not eating right. Every Sunday I would pride myself in gaining 20 pounds, drink a bunch of chocolate milk, eat some McDonald's. I obviously didn't have the funds to do this then. I didn't have the knowledge, or I didn't want to. I was a kid, so no matter what I ate, I was still a machine. But I'm 33 years old now, so it's not as forgiving.
Right. Would you ever go up or down in weight classes?
Right? No, I
No.
don't think so.
There's no sense in it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, once I win this belt, there's plenty more guys to take out
Right.
in this weight class.
Right.
Who do you think it'll be if you win? You think the fight
I
against
really
Islam would
don't
be
know. I
interesting
think
with the
it
whole
would have
Khabib
to
thing?
be the winner of Benil and Islam.
What do you
Can't
think
be-
about
I
Islam?
can't pick either one of those. I mean, he's impressive. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, similar to Khabib, but not as good.
Not as good.
He's been knocked out, so he can't have the confidence that Khabib had,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a factor.
How does one thing I was wondering was how does somebody get a good chin? Is it something you're born with to be, or is it something you can train in training camp and like if you get punched in the face repeatedly just to like be able to sustain it, have a good chin? And this is the dumb question. Let me know.
It's not a dumb question. It's hard to answer. So think about Michael Chandler. When he fought me, he knew he was in danger the whole time. And when he fought Oliveira, I think after the first round, after he won the first round, he either got too overconfident but he forgot the danger that is presented at all times if they're not dead or asleep. And I think that's why that shot was so effective because in his mind, he wasn't in danger. That's why Cerrone has a hard time taking shots because he's trying to avoid danger so his body doesn't go to a primal state. Tony Ferguson is as primal as they come. If you can provide oxygen to the core of your brain, you will not go to sleep. The fight or flight thing is human, and if you're running from danger and you can provide oxygen to your brain, you're going to keep running. And that's who Tony Ferguson is. He works out either through drugs, which I don't think it's him, I think, or you're crazy enough to work out 8 hours a day. And that's ultimately and then understanding the danger you're always in.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what makes someone have a good chin. I mean, there's no science behind it,
Right.
that I know of. I
Mhm.
think so Bruce Lee said be like water. Like you have to absorb energy.
Mhm.
Think of every strike as a direct line of energy.
Right.
If I take it here and it goes out the back of my head, like my brain is taking all the energy. If I get hit here and can kind of roll with it in that exact moment, then it won't be as effective.
That's what's going to ask you the
And so
process.
my
yeah.
ability to, you have to stay calm and you have to see things and brace for things. And you can't get, and so my job as a fighter is to, it's called half beats. So you think you're going to get hit here, but I hit you in between those beats. And so you brace, let go, and I hit you in the let go part. And that's what makes the shot effective. If they're on one foot going backwards, they can't brace. Those are the effective shots. And then very, very seldom will you just get lucky and they just go to sleep for some reason. But it's mostly because of they're on their back foot. They don't see the shot. They didn't brace for it. They're on one foot. That's how you knock people out.
What's the hardest you ever been hit? And who delivered it?
I mean, Poirier hit me with the hell of a. I would say the knee from Alvarez is probably the hardest I've ever been hit.
What was the result
You
of
don't
that?
feel
What,
it.
what was that? I don't know what happened. So when he hit you with the knee, what was?
He hit me in the knee. I
So
went,
fucking
went down
Yeah.
and lost.
You,
First
that's how
loss
you
ever.
got knocked out.
That was my first loss ever. Yeah, it
Right.
was awesome.
So
Fight
when
of the year.
Yeah. So when you get hit with a big punch, is there something that you do to kind of just tell your mind right away when you know you took a punch like that? Is there
No.
something mentally that you do to like keep yourself?
Yeah, when you're like wobbling.
Even when you don't even know you're wobbling. You don't even know you can't step. Like you're either fighting or you're fucking leaving. And I'm always fighting. And so even when I was hurt in those situations, I didn't think I was hurt. I thought I was just still fighting.
That's so fucking crazy. You guys are all nuts.
You can't feel a thing. Broken bones, you don't feel. Cuts feel like a piece of ice rolling off your eye.
Yeah.
You can't.
What's
your
a
whole
low?
face could split. You
What's the
wouldn't feel
low
it.
key? The leg kicks are pretty effective, right? The leg kicks.
Yeah, they hurt a lot.
Your leg kicks are fucked.
All leg kicks hurt. Chandler's leg kicks hurt me. But yeah, it's my ability. So my timing. Timing is everything in this sport, and my timing is second to none.
Yeah.
It's when you kick, not how you kick or how hard you kick. It's when you kick, where their weight is distributed.
Yeah.
Where their weight is. It's forward or backwards. If all their weight is on their foot, they can't lift it up to check a kick. If they're on their back foot, you can't attack the front foot because they can, move it in and out. And if you kick a knee, you're gonna break your foot 100% of the time.
Where do you hate getting hit the most? If you had to pick one spot in your body, bugs the shit out of you when you get hit there.
Every fighter, if you get touched in the liver, it hurts.
Mhm.
It doesn't hurt. That's the bad thing. It doesn't hurt, but you can't move. No matter how much you want to fight, you cannot fight.
It just stuns you.
It shuts you down. It's like an organ is getting damaged.
Where is the liver again?
Right here.
Okay.
So your right rib at the very tip of it, there's about
Yours is probably shriveled.
Mine's
half an-
shriveled up into
there's
a
about-
fucking
well, that's
razor.
probably good then. That means I can't touch it, but there's about a half an inch hanging out the bottom of your rib cage right here. And
Yeah.
if you could skip it right off the front right there, then it'll shut them down.
Sounds brutal.
I think
Yeah.
you'd have to let me touch you so you can feel it.
Nope. Don't want to do that. We're gonna move on. Not happening.
Like
Sorry.
even like
No,
you can
no.
feel-
I
you
don't
can
want
feel it,
any
like
of this.
if you do this to you on the right spot, you'll know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
'cause
I
you
don't
can
want
feel
to
it.
though. I don't want to do that. All
But like, come on, what kind of pussy are you? That doesn't hurt.
right, show me real quick.
Like literally.
Like real quick. Don't fuck with me. I'm serious. Yeah, I felt it. Wow, I did. All right.
Yeah, so now you feel that and then
Fuck.
your entire body.
Imagine that 100 times harder now.
Yeah, imagine.
That sucks.
So I just started my YouTube video. What can I look forward to here?
Oh yeah, true. Exactly. True. Then you have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Wait, what's going on?
I started a YouTube channel.
When?
Well, I've had it, so they fucked me. I had it like 2 years ago, and then I put the best video ever, and they took it down because of copyright. But I had permission. I got the video from the UFC, written permission from the UFC,
Help that a little.
and they still took it from me.
The UFC fucking took it down.
I think it was
Fucking
just
Dana.
I think it was just an AI type of thing, like a artificial intelligence. They
Right,
got to
right.
have some kind of program that just sees the UFC event and then just automatically puts some kind of method in process. But then I wrote a huge Karen email and they gave it back to me.
Well, that's what I was gonna
Nice.
say. Too, you probably got outside of. We talked all about fighting only in this whole shit. But what are some of the other the
Yeah,
YouTube
what's the
channel?
business shit you got going
Yeah.
on outside of fighting?
So I own a equipment company with my coach. We make combat equipment, gloves, headgear, shin guards.
What's that called?
Onyx Sports.
Oh yeah, I've heard Onyx.
Best clubs in the world. I like to golf. We just got some sweet Can-Ams. You know what a Can-Am is?
No.
So there's like a sand buggy, off-road vehicle.
Oh, shit.
So after this fight, that's what we're doing.
Nice.
That's amazing. But the YouTube channel is something you're actually passionate about.
Yeah, I think it's, not often you get to tell your own story. And the UFC, again, the editors have all the control.
Mhm.
And so on this side, I get to control a little bit more.
What's your plans for the channel? Like, what are you going to be
So right,
uploading?
I've been every week in the last 6 weeks or 5 weeks, we put a video up of the week of training, and then every 2 days now we're doing like this will be on my YouTube channel.
Just Justin Gaethje?
Yeah, Justin
right.
Gaethje.
We'll
but
put that in the
there's
description.
other
So what?
just-
There's videos going up all week. This will go up probably Thursday.
There's one just went out today. We'll have another one on Wednesday and another one on Friday. Right?
Everyone go over there. Go to Gaethje's channel. Show
This
some
is-
love. Subscribe. Drop some comments. Let's fire him up.
But
all
what
week
I'm
for
really
the
trying to
fight.
ask is how much money can I make?
Off YouTube? I don't know. Well, our whole thing is we never really made a lot off the actual YouTube money. Like that's what, because our shit was R-rated, right? So YouTube never really paid us. But I think you would probably get paid.
I mean, we're
Your shit would be more like quote unquote brand friendly.
yeah.
They'd probably like
It's
it.
not
right?
mid for kids, but kids can watch it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
fucking
I think it could be decent money.
Yeah,
liver shot fucked me up, by the way.
that was like 1%.
No, I know. Even 1%, though. I don't know. I have a bad liver, I think.
I wonder why.
It's all right. I know. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming out.
Yeah. So what? Fight this Saturday. Gaethje,
pumped for you,
Oliveira.
buddy.
I'm pumped for the fight. We're not going to be there. We're going to be in Kentucky
right.
Derby. But
Best seat in the house
we're going to be
is-
watching it from there. Me,
Best
Steve,
seat in the
Salim.
house is TV, so
Hell yeah.
you don't miss anything.
I'm pumped.
You're a
for
hell of a
this fight.
dude, man. We appreciate you sitting down with us.
Yeah, I might have to go out with you guys one day.
No,
but
you don't
man,
want that,
I'm really
probably.
nervous.
If you're in the UFC, you don't want that.
We got to come isolate with you.
Oh, dude,
dialed.
please.
That's what I want to
Please
do.
have someone attack me.
We
No,
should
we don't
definitely
want
hit the
that.
links though.
That
Because
sounds
that-
awesome. If
yeah.
you can set it up with Colby, that'd be great.
That was a nightmare. That's why I think we're segueing away from the
'Cause I would
UFC.
love
but-
to fucking punch a hole in that motherfucker's face.
Colby? Really? You know what it was? Colby, I met him for the first time, and Colby was very respectful and to me.
Yeah.
And so,
So you have respect for how fake one can be?
I mean, he must have faked it well then. He was respectful of me. So, and, anytime, I don't really have a lot of problem with a lot of people. So, I try and just be positive and be a good guy to every person I meet.
So that's one guy you don't like.
I don't like him.
Do you guys have history or some shit?
No. Talked about Kamala's family a lot.
Right. Okay. I forgot.
He was around me one day. We went to a Trump rally, and he was there, and he was respectful, like you said. And then right when we left, he got on the internet and starts talking shit. And so I don't respect that. I don't respect, if you got something to say it to my face. And it's just fake. He's just trying to bring attention to himself. And I get it. Like, I make money with my fighting. He makes money with his mouth. If he wanted to make money on fighting, he'd be a broke motherfucker. And that's just the name of the game. He'd be fired. They were going to fire him. And then he started talking out of his ass. So I give him credit for bringing that up and making it work.
You don't respect his fight game at all.
I think he's a great fighter. Well, it sucks to watch. But yeah, I think if I fought him in a cage, he would probably beat me because of his size and his ability to move forward and his ability to grapple. But in a street fight, there's no fucking chance.
What is the difference between, that's what I wanted to, because a lot of guys say in a street fight this and in a ring this. What's the
In a
difference?
street fight, I grab a fucking brick and hit him over the head. Yeah, can't do that in this fight, in this sport. There's rules here. We got rules in this sport, and in the street there is no such thing as rules.
Right.
I think the only rule is don't hit someone from the back. So I'm definitely on his side when it comes to what happened with Masvidal.
Right.
I think that was a bitch move.
Yeah.
But I like Masvidal more.
Thanks to Bob.
Once
I'm
again,
joking.
you're such an asshole. I dealt with 3 weeks. I mean, Jesus.
I
this
know.
shit.
We got dragged right in the middle of that because we were just
There.
Well,
pretty
it's because you
crazy.
fucking love those viral moments, and I got to sit
What do you
back.
mean
My
I
mom and
love
dad
those
are like,
viral
"What's going
moments?"
on? Why am I getting texts about Masvidal?" My family, I'm like, "Ma, I don't know. It's fucking Kyle and these fucking Nelk boys doing whatever the fuck they do. I don't know."
we didn't do anything. But
Sometimes
yeah.
you gotta take responsibility.
No, it
for
was
your own
just wrong
actions.
place, wrong time. It was what it was.
Yeah.
But
That was the right place, right time. What are you talking about?
I mean, I don't
You love action.
I don't like. No, not me. This
You
motherfucker
go out
does.
every
Not
night.
me.
You have to love action.
No. I like low key action.
Well, then you fucking isolate yourself at your house. Like
Well,
I
that's
do.
what I'm going to start doing now. I got the Justin
don't
Gaethje rehab
like-
program coming in
Do
hot.
not believe you, Bob. Man. You're a fucking liar.
Oh man,
You
All
did
right.
love that. You were in the middle of that.
I did not love that.
Hey, in the moment, it was fun.
I
you know it.
swear on my
was,
life,
It was
You might have been
crazy.
scared.
Justin, I swear on my life that it was literally just like not what I wanted.
I'm not gonna lie. For me, it was just like a movie because we just went out to dinner. We always post where we go, and then people gave us flack, but Colby put it on his own Instagram too, right? Like he posted where he was, and I mean,
Yeah, it didn't
so
take
then
much. That
They
night.
don't live too far away from each
Yeah.
other. It was gonna happen
but then we see someone like I was already in the car and I saw someone punch him.
from behind.
Yeah, from behind, but I didn't know who it was. I thought it was just
100%
like
from
random
behind.
people. And
He
then
wasn't looking at him.
nah, I don't think
Then
so.
that's
I
a
don't really.
bitch move.
I didn't really see, but and then he walked back, and then I saw it was Masvidal, and I was like,
We had
"Is
front
that
row seats to
fucking
the fucking.
Masvidal?" Like,
Yeah, it's fun.
as a UFC fan, I'm
Shit's
just like,
fun.
I can't believe I'm witnessing this right now.
Yeah, it was
Like,
pretty
firsthand.
fucking
it was
intense.
crazy. Like, our security had to break it up. Like, it was.
It's fun.
Yeah, could have
Crazy.
got ugly out
It's fun.
there, but
If you had a little more confidence in these hands, maybe
I
you'd
don't
a better
have
time.
confidence. That's not
So I mean, you
me.
gotta find it. Work out. Punch some shit.
All
A
right,
bag.
all right, all right.
It's all cardio.
Well, I think
You could all
regardless, I
fight
wouldn't
for
have been
30
able to hang with
seconds. You could all
Masvidal.
fight for 30 seconds.
You
Yeah.
did say
But
you could
after
fuck up
30, you're
Masvidal.
fucked.
What?
You did say you could fuck Masvidal up.
In a 1-on-1 street fight?
You said that.
This is the Nelk boy thing here. This is gonna be another 2 weeks of anxiety for Bob. This fucker right here.
You better watch your back.
I know, always do.
Fucking
You know now.
sneak your ass.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I guess it's what I signed up for here.
I don't.
There you go.
The bad thing is you ain't gonna get much money out of him. I mean, he probably got some money, but it ain't enough to take a punch.
I wouldn't get money out of it. I don't care about. No. What do you mean get money out of it?
Well, if someone,
Ran up on me and hit me?
yeah,
I mean,
you wouldn't press charges. We live in a society.
I
in
would
which
I
you-
would ask for a formal apology, 1-on-1 sit down, and
so you
that's
get
what I
your
would.
ass whooped again. The fuck?
But I think you're saying
Don't
that
do
just because they're fighters. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to talk about this fucking thing anymore. It haunted me for 3 weeks.
I think Colby's
I think you should
Colby's
embrace
gonna
it.
go all the way with
I
it.
will
think.
embrace it. I guess.
Embrace it. It fucking happened. You can't back out of it now. So use it.
So use it to my advantage.
Yeah.
All right. So stop dropping locations and all that more.
Learn how to fight.
I'm not learning how to fight. Not
I'm
a
just
chance.
kidding. Don't fucking
Not a
fight.
fucking chance.
That's why we have a system. Press charges like you're supposed to.
So you agree with what Colby's doing with the charges thing?
Sure. Yeah. I don't think you can ever blindly attack someone. That's not a society that I want to live in. And if we do go there, then I will win.
It's like the fucking
So,
purge.
I don't want to go there.
Right. I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
it's like no, we've like what 400 years ago, not that long ago, you had to fight to do anything, to eat, sleep, fuck, drink.
Right.
Fighting was how you got there.
Mm.
That is who we are, humans.
you
What do
must.
you think? You think that makes the sport look bad when people do shit like that?
Mm, no,
I think
Probably
people
makes
know
it
that that's
bigger,
who
if
they are. They
anything.
I
make
don't
it bigger.
think. I think it stops the progression. You know, we're constantly trying to tear down this facade that we're these animals. And I only got to be an animal twice a year, and outside that, I don't want to be that dude. I don't want to cause grief, and I don't want to worry about other people. So I just stay out of those situations.
I have so much respect for like you guys as UFC fighters, like the commitment and the work you guys put through to like go
Yeah.
into these fights. To me, it's like fascinating from like the nutrition to the the isolation and the mental. Like
You
you
have
got to
to
stay away from everything.
I mean,
like,
taking that
it's so
walk to
crazy.
the octagon it can be the scariest thing you've ever done. But if you just accept the worst possible outcome and you're okay with that, then it's so fucking fun. So fun.
I like that.
You know, it's you've taken we've all done some drugs, but it's the best drug there is. Natural adrenaline coursing through your veins.
can't imagine winning after in front of a huge crowd like
Yeah,
that. That's probably
Jumping on the
sick.
thing,
uh,
and yeah, we'll never get that, but yeah.
yeah, it's a release of every endorphin and chemical in your body. Hell, even maybe a little DMT gets released. Who knows? That's how good it feels.
Probably.
Mhm.
Possibly.
It's always an ongoing topic, DMT in our thing. Always.
You ever tried that?
Oh
Highly
God, here we
recommended.
go.
You've tried it?
Mhm.
Really? How was that?
It was amazing. Probably like 4 years ago. I don't ever want to do it again. I have some in my house.
You did it in Colorado?
Yeah, in case I ever get depressed, which I've never been. But if I wanted to hurt myself or hurt somebody or got to a bad situation, I would do that, and it would pull me out of it in a second.
Was it like you smoke it
Uh,
or how'd you do it?
So through my whole life, faith has
Jeez.
been like a huge part of my life, and it gave me confidence that this is, for one, not it. There's more than this, and you can meet your maker if you want to.
What does that mean? Hold on. What do you mean you would meet the maker?
I mean, I think it's
Well, people say that like DMT, you're like either
Right.
you think you're seeing God or you're like seeing God, right?
yeah, you don't know.
Like it's that crazy.
You
of
don't
an
know the
experience,
difference
right?
between reality and not reality for like 10 minutes.
But where you're so when you take it, like say you're sitting in this chair and I'm
How
on
did you take
DMT,
it?
can
Yeah.
people notice that I'm doing it? I'm like, woo.
Yeah. No, you're not. Ooh, you go like this and
And your eyes are open?
Yeah. And you're living in a kaleidoscope. Everything turns into geometry and colors.
How the fuck could you want that to happen?
Geometry and colors. It's fucking crazy.
Really?
And you can't even explain what you're seeing, right?
Nope. You just go somewhere else.
How long does it last? Like, how does it feel?
5 minutes, but you don't know.
But does it feel like a
matter.
long time?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, how long does it
God,
feel?
I might
'Cause
have
that's
to
what
fucking
scares
do
me.
this.
Like when
How
people are
long
like,
does it
I feel like I was
It
there for a week.
It feels like some time has passed, but you're not. Time isn't a thing.
I just know I'd be the one
I just
bad
remember
case.
my face was like this, like the biggest smile on my face, and I was like, okay, my parents can't find me dead like this, so I like take the smile away from my face.
What happens if you try and fuck on DMT?
You can't move. You
Well,
ain't
what if
fucking
she's riding on
DMT.
top of you though while you're getting fucked? Would it fuck up your mindset?
I don't know. I don't. You're not here.
No one fucks on DMT.
You don't fuck on DMT. It's only 5 minutes.
I want to be the first one to
and
fuck on
you
DMT.
cannot move. You're a fucking zombie. How do you fuck when you're a zombie?
Yeah, that's true.
That's crazy. So what did you actually learn from it? Like you say you're like
I
religious.
just I got a reassurance that my faith is not empty, that it is for a reason, and what I feel is real, and what I believe in is real, and that's all I wanted.
What you felt like you
and
see
then I was
God?
gonna meet my maker, and I was like, nope. And you have a thought, and boom, you come back to the room.
Does
It's like-
anybody actually ever meet the maker, you think?
I don't know.
Do people
They
die
say
from that?
so.
Do people die from DMT?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean,
Maybe.
so it's not a poison. Like mushrooms is poison. Every drug is pretty much you're poisoning yourself. But DMT isn't. DMT is in us. It's
Yeah.
in each one of us. It's what protects us at our time of death from the tragedy of death. You know, you see a gazelle with a lion wrapped around his throat. It looks like it's in total peace. That's DMT.
It always comes back to the same subjects in this podcast. You realize it's always DMT. Gazelles getting fucking eaten by things. It's always the same thing.
I mean, it's as a
I've
human,
never tried it. I'm kind of scared to try it,
I
but I
can't.
will do it when I'm
I would
older a little
recommend
bit.
it, but you don't. I mean, if I would, like, if you know someone that's suicidal, boom, first option. Depressed, first option.
I got this new shit I'm taking now for all this paranoia stuff. It fucking knocks you out in a different light. It's crazy.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I have to take it after the Masvidal shit. Yeah.
Nah, dude, just find comfort in the chaos.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing.
Well, I might take you up on that. You're like the fifth person in the fucking week to say to take this thing. I think it's set up.
What
I
DMT?
think everybody's just trying to push me to take DMT, and I'm gonna be
No,
fucking hallucinating, seeing the
I'm
devil.
saying, embrace the chaos. You know,
Embrace the chaos.
Don't mask it with medicine.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna mask the fucking chaos. Be like the Joker out
Or
there.
mask it and go to sleep. That shit go by fast.
All right.
All
Love it.
right, big fight Saturday. We'll be watching. No, I'm fucking fired up. For the
I
fight.
will be watching.
I watch all
Great,
the
great
UFC.
transition.
I watch all the UFC embeddeds, every fucking fight. I'm pumped for it.
Me too.
We're gonna
Me
be
too.
watching.
I'm,
Let's and yeah, show Gaethje some love on his YouTube channel. Let's get some subs, get some comments in there, boys and shit.
That'd be nice. Thank you.
I love it.
go.
Justin, good luck. Get
Yeah,
this.
I'm
Get the win for the
expecting-
boys.
I want to continue these boxes of clothes that come to my house.
Yeah, I just texted them. They're gonna send it today.
All right.
Oh yeah, I saw you wearing the full send in one
I
of the
wear them all the
episodes.
time.
That's
You guys got
dope.
some great clothes.
I literally texted him right now. I was like, yo, what's going on? I'm like, no, we're gonna send it right now.
Yeah, shit's good.
Hell yeah. All right.
Good stuff. I got to pee
Good
so
shit.
bad. All right.
When you elevate,
Pleasure. Justin, thanks so much.
I could levitate.
I smell the shark circling. It was a lot of fun. It was good. I'm excited to watch this fight.
All right, guys.
We'll see you later, man. We'll see you again.
All right, we're gonna make this flight back.
Yeah, thanks for coming out, man.
Watching, supporting.
Yep, you guys gotta come by on K&M's with us.
I'm down.
We're done.
I'm down.
And also, after I win this belt, I'm gonna have a party in my hometown of Safford, have a parade. I'm gonna need happy dads.
Let's do it. That's easy. Yeah. I'm down.
Safe travels. Yeah, good to see you. All right. Good.
UFC fighters are always awesome.
The matrix. Bet on myself and go ball out in Vegas. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it